Alright, obviously, this is a meme challenge, boys. Don't get your hopes up. Nothing crazy is gonna happen here. Okay, that's the only crazy thing that's gonna happen, I promise. Why did you guys want this challenge so bad? Can someone please explain this to me? First off, if you're new to my channel, how are you doing? My name is Harrison, and as of right now, I still have 2 cats. And for some reason, we're testing 90 commanders against the Fallen King. Great idea. We're doing this because the commander does do a little bit of damage when you use the call to arms. He fires his gun, or she fires her gun if you're using the maid commander, as I always do. So let's take a quick look at the tower's stats. You can see in this info from the TDS wiki page that the commander does 6.67 damage per second at max level. This is kind of amazing because it's exactly the same amount of DPS that the regular scout does at max level. So what I'm telling you is that the commander is basically just a scout that can buff towers around it. And speaking of the buff, how much of a difference does it actually make? You can see the passive buff here along the right side. This maxes out at 25%. But what really makes the commander worth using is its call to arms ability. This boosts the fire rate of all towers within its range by an additional 30%. This means that the max level commander with call to arms active increases the fire rate of towers around it by 55%. And as a professional TDS gamer, I gotta tell you that the commander is a must-have tower for every game you play. It's gonna make your towers so much more effective than they would be without it. But like I already said, on its own, it isn't any stronger than the normal scout. And I'm not talking about the green scout. We all know green scout is OP. And to let you know up front, we're going to be doing something a little different in this game. Usually we sell all of our damage towers except the one we want to use on the final wave. But since the commander is so weak, we are actually going to wait until the fallen guardians are dead before we sell everything but the commander. This is so you can actually see how much damage the commander does to the fallen king, because you're going to be able to see his health going down on that big old purple bar at the top of the screen. So we're going to be using any tower we want to get to the final wave, and then once it's just us and the Fallen King, we're going to use nothing but commanders. And if you watch closely, you're going to see the commanders kill a Fallen, a Boomer, and a Giant Boss. Kind of amazing. Now, when I was checking out the TDS wiki getting information for this video, I came across some very interesting information about the commander you guys might not know, so I wanted to share it with you. In addition to the fire rate, the commander can also boost the cooldown between shots for the soldier and the toxic gunner, as well as making the militant reload faster, but it cannot decrease the charge time for the accelerator. And believe it or not, you can also use the commander to increase the spawn rate for vehicles from the military base. However, the downside here is that the increased spawn rate is so slight that you probably won't even notice the difference. Now, moving on, the commander can boost the fire rate of air towers like the Pursuit and the Ace Pilot, just as long as it covers the ground part of that tower, but unfortunately, it cannot boost the frequency of their bombs. And to go ahead and address the big commander bug in the game right now, if you use a second call to arms while the first one is already active, it actually glitches and the second call to arms does not increase the fire rate of the towers around it. You have to wait until one call to arms is completely done, then use another one. Do not overlap them or the second one won't work. And finally, the biggest piece of information that none of you know, there was actually a Twitter poll done by Below Natural on January 6, 2020, which is before I even started playing this game. In it, he asked which golden skin the community wants to see next, and the choices are the commander, the cowboy, or the soldier. And even though commander wins the poll, the golden cowboy gets released, and then like a year later the golden soldier comes out, and Below clarifies down in the comments what the buffs are gonna be. The cowboy and the soldier would get more damage, while the commander would get more range. I think the commander should have a bigger call to arms buff, like 40% instead of 30. But the real question is, does this mean golden commander could really be a thing since the other two choices have already been made? Is golden commander the next golden skin? Go ahead and let me know down in the comments if you think yes, or if you think nah, the commander can never be golden, just like in my story. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out to my commanding teammates for this game: DGA 2008, Freeze Down 1, Gladiator 2019 RT, The Solo Hybrid, and Gamer Man Dude. Now go ahead and sit back, relax, and grab a commander cat, and I'll see you right back here at the end. Guys, what is going on with the Fallen Guardians? They're completely frozen. Okay, so that's what you wanted. I hope you're happy. 90 commanders versus the Fallen King was a total fail. We ended up only taking off about 15,000 damage. It might have even been just 10,000 because the Rangers did get a few shots in there. This is crazy. I couldn't even tell which commanders were mine because everything was glowing yellow from all the COA chaining. You know something that's really messed up that I noticed here is that the commander's call to arms ability didn't boost the fire rate of the other commanders around it. Scam! Alright, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button with your forehead, hit the subscribe button with your big toe, and turn on notifications however you can so you don't miss any of my amazing upcoming content. And I will see you guys next time. Take care, be safe, and never forget what I always say. Peace!